So excited about the tour? You're coming back to Australia, like,
I'm
8 months
excited.
after you were here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to come back. I'm a little bit nervous about the harp set. I know the DJ set will be fun and easy. But yeah, I just I'm just getting over a hand injury at the moment, so I'm kind of like the drummer of Def Leppard, and I'm playing my harp currently with my left hand, just so I
Oh,
don't
wow.
forget. Yeah, determination is dedication. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I think I'll honestly be okay once my hand heals. It's just from the heavy travel with Cradle of Filth, and I'm just an idiot and overexert myself. So yeah, I'm just doing that right now, but I think it's gonna be okay. And, like, my fans are really cool and understanding. Even if I just showed up and played with my one hand, I'm sure they'd still love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. So it's just the 3 dates. You've got 31st of December in Sydney, then
Yes.
Melbourne, Perth. Um, so what kind of can we expect from the set? Are we going to just hear, your solo music or Cradle of Filth songs as well? Is it going to be, fairly
Yeah,
heavy?
I'm definitely. Nah, it's gonna be pretty light and laid back. I mean, my background with harp is with my folk training.
Uh-huh.
So there'll be a little bit of that, and then it's gonna be like rock pop kind of thing. I'm definitely covering Nymphetamine. I'm also doing another cover, and I'm doing two originals that are from my album that's gonna come out next year, and then two other originals that people kind of already know. So there's that.
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about your solo album? I know we talked about it last time, but how far have you got with it so far? It's almost due for release.
Yeah, almost. I'm still keeping like who I wrote it with as a secret. But other than that, it's kind of known to the world now that the title of it is called Martyr, and the theme that came with the songs is kind of like the whole theme of dying for what you believe in, whether it be love or justice or a lifestyle that you're living, or just whatever it may be.
Okay.
um, so yeah, there's that. I mean, it's we're trying to land a release date for next year. It's already been mastered, it's been finished. It took 2 years. All of 2016 and 17 is when I wrote it with the person I collaborated with, and have some guest vocalists on it. I mean, it's very much like a hard rock album, and it has a little bit of new metal in there and a little bit of gothic rock. But I'm really excited for people to hear it. It put my heart into it. There's a little bit of a nostalgic sound in there, and the whole team who I did it with is on board for the second album, so it's
Mhm.
exciting times.
Yeah. You're playing with Rock Gray, who's the former drummer from Evanescence.
Yeah,
Pretty
actually,
awesome.
that is like I don't know where this came from. There's been like some miscommunication all today. Rocky Gray is someone I did a song with him for his movie 1031 with Morgan Lander also on vocals, and I've collaborated with him with some video game music, but I've never performed with him or anything, so I don't know where people are getting this information. I'm just like, oh, okay, but I think we've nipped it in the butt. So yeah, I thought this was hilarious. But yeah, I have worked with him, and it is a dream come true. And one of your like idols, if your all-time favorite band and your favorite lineup from that band contacts you and says, "Hey, do you want to work on music together?" I'm so honored. I think Rocky is such a cool person. He's so easy to talk to. He teaches me stuff. We can relate to like having that tour life. We complain about tour, but we tell funny tour stories, and he's good people. He's really, really good people. It's I don't know, man. Like the history of the band is none of my business, but if anyone who lost them, they lost a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really cool.
Yeah. My guess for the person you were writing the new album with was the former guitarist of Evanescence, so I guess I was wrong, but you are
A
playing with a member
lot
of
of
Evanescence.
people, yeah, a lot of people think it's Ben Moody. It's not Ben Moody. Hey, but Ben Moody, if you're listening to this, call me. But yeah, a lot of people thought it was Ben. I think that's hilarious.
Well, I thought it was a good guess because I know you're an Evanescence fan, and I figured
I
maybe you want to
am.
do like an Evanescence 2.0 thing, and I'm like, I guess you could be the new Amy Lee, so it kind of works out.
Oh, no one, no one can be Amy Lee. There's no point in being in a second Amy Lee. I just want to be Lindsay Schoolcraft.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah.
So do you have any plans to celebrate Christmas, or do you even have enough time to really do much of that kind of thing?
Well, I've hired an assistant, and they've helped me get really on top of things this week because I work for multitude of projects. I'm a full-time musician, and I was hoping to try to clear my schedule as much for those 3 days, which is Christmas Eve to Boxing Day, and I'm seeing my family as well as my partner's family. And yeah, I think I've made it work. I'm still going to play my harp every day to make sure I'm in top form for the harp set for the Australian tour. But yeah, today my assistant, she's such a sweetheart. She helped me like wrap all my Christmas presents and set up my little Christmas tree. So, you know, it's just those extra little things in life that, like, if I didn't have the help, they wouldn't get done. So we've been on top of like the to-do list preparing for this Australian tour, just so I can actually have a holiday and hang out and spend time with my parents.
And
Yeah.
when you're writing music, do you, like, when you come up with an idea, do you kind of think to yourself, oh, that's a solo project idea, or that's an idea I should keep for Cradle of Filth? Do you kind of
Yeah, you
separate?
know, it comes randomly. Like sometimes I'll get an idea, I'll be like, that belongs in Antigua. And then I'll get an idea, I'll be like, this is totally my solo. And then recently, usually all of my vocal lines go straight to my solo project. But I actually wrote a vocal line recently and I'm like, this is Cradle of Filth. So I'm gonna, when I get back after this Australian tour, we're gonna start working on the new album.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna present the idea to the guys. Like, I really hope they like it, because I was just like, I keep hearing this melody in my head. I'm like, oh man, this is so like Cradle of Filth. Like, this needs to happen. And hopefully they like it and work with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just depends on what comes to mind. Because I've written like, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about me. I've written for pop music. I've written for country music. Like, I've been a backdoor writer here and there sometimes, and I like being versatile. But I'm creative and I'm always getting new ideas, but you got to kind of know where to pocket it. Do you know what I mean?
So do you get much time to just do normal things these days outside of music? Just, I guess watch Netflix or play video games or do
Yeah.
normal people things?
Yeah, I have the newest Pokemon game, but I don't have the newest Game Boy, and I really can't wait for that to happen when I have some funds, because
Uh-huh.
I'm a Pokemonaholic. Yeah, I'm watching Scandal on Netflix. I take about an hour a night to just chill out and do something normal, because if I don't, like, I just lose my mind. And my cat, Bruce Wayne, he keeps me pretty level. He
Hmm.
he hangs out, and he's a great cat. I just adopted him just the beginning of October. So yeah, I'm really, it's difficult. I'm a little bit of a hermit and an introvert, and I like my space and my home and staying here and being creative. But I think my boyfriend also pulls me out of that space, and so does a lot of my close friends. They're like, hey, come hang out, like, let's go for a walk in the woods, or let's go for a drive, let's grab a coffee. And I like that. And me and my boyfriend have our designated anime night once a week, which keeps me real. So
Yeah, I definitely love anime too.
it's good stuff, right?
Yeah. I remember I saw some footage on the internet a while ago when there was some religious fanatics at a Cradle of Filth show that were like, you know, had their
Yeah,
posters and stuff. What happened
they were
there?
like yelling at our fans. They were like being mean to our fans and calling them sinners and saying they were all going to die like a horrible death. And I was like, no. No, no, no. So I was getting irritated because, like, they were just talking to my fans like they were garbage humans, and they're not. Our fans are all
Yeah.
good, for the most part, really good people and lovely, and I love our fans. And I was like, how dare you? You don't even know these people. And I just went out and I just, like, and they're just like, oh, they have the person who doesn't allow anyone to talk to the person who's yelling. And I just started getting them chanting that there is no hell, because, like, no one's seen it, no one's been there. I don't believe hell exists. You know what I mean? Life is hard
Yeah.
enough. So yeah, I just kind of, I was so mad at them that day, because I'm just like, it's just, I think I'd handle things a little differently now. I think I'm gonna ask for a megaphone on the rider so I can yell back at them. Um, but yeah, I believe religion can be a good thing when it's used in a positive way to help one another. But when it's used as a tool to put down others and hurt them and be disrespectful, I think we've lost vision of what religion really is.
Yeah, and I think they should have maybe researched Cradle of Filth a bit more, because you guys aren't really Satanists or promoting
No,
anything wrong. So I
no,
reckon,
we're not doing any witchcraft, or, like, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with witchcraft. There's good witchcraft, but, like, yeah, like,
yeah,
we're pretty good people. Like, some of us are educators. I'm really a mental health advocate. I don't think Jesus was a bad guy. I think Jesus' teachings pretty cool. I think Jesus is,
oh
like, would be
yeah,
my homeboy. So I don't know. Some people just, they don't think before they do things, and they don't realize, like, they kind of put their foot in their mouth. You know what I mean?
definitely. Do you think when you go to record the next Cradle of Filth album, I think it'd be really cool to hear another song that's a little bit like Nymphetamine. Have you ever tried to pitch an idea like that to the band?
We've been trying for the past few years, and it just hasn't happened. And we don't want to force it if it's not meant to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? If for some reason on this next album, somewhere in there's a duet ballad, and it happens organically, we'll do it 1000%. But I think going into that with that mindset of, oh, we need our next Nymphetamine, I think it's just like, unless we got the heart and the topic to, or you know what I mean, the fuel to emotion to make that happen, I don't think we should force it, because we don't need you shouldn't force something if it's just not happening organically. Like Hammer the Witches and Cryptoriana happened very organically. So if it does happen, cool. I'd love to be on board for it. I'd love to do it. But if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. My goal for the next album is just to help the guys with the lines if they need my help with any like the female vocal lines, and contribute some piano and harp. And that's really all that they're expecting from me. And I totally can deliver. So we're going to see what happens.
Definitely. When you do a Cradle of Filth tour, do you get much time to rehearse? And do you ever forget which part you're doing, because there's so many songs you got to remember? It must be difficult.
It's the repetition. Honestly, Cradle of Filth prepared me to kind of break up a 7-minute song into 3 to 2 segments and remember it that way. So instead of it being an hour and a half long of songs, it's just kind of compartmentalized in the short little sections. I break some songs in half. And Cradle of Filth has been very good for my musical memory. I will not lie. Very sporadic band with really strange structures, but I think that's what makes Cradle so unique.
I know. Nia Bliviscaris, that's one band, when I've seen them live, I'm just literally, how do you remember all these riffs? There's 1,000 riffs in your set.
I know. There's something else, eh? Musically, they're really doing something amazing.
Yeah. Have you talked to Zen much recently? Is he going to come out?
Yeah, he's DJing in Melbourne. Yeah, he's one of my best friends. We have Antiqua together. He's kind of if I said Pokeroo, you guys didn't have Pokeroo in Australia, did you? But he just kind of pops up every now and then, and it's oh, nuts, you just missed him. But he comes out of his shell sometimes and says hello, but he's very private and he likes his downtime when he's off of tour, and I respect that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to send him a vampire meme or a stupid joke over text message. So he's still going to get that harassment from me.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions written, but I'll try to think of something.
Yeah, take your time.
It's only 9:30 in the morning here, but I did stay up all night playing video games, so I am still a little bit tired.
Oh yeah, which video game?
Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I keep hearing a lot about that one. I don't know anything about it, but a lot of people have been playing it lately, so it sounds good.
Grand Theft Auto in the
okay.
era.
Good to know.
Yeah, don't play it. It's way too addictive.
Well, it sounds like it if you've been up all night. The last time a video game did that to me was World of Warcraft, and then before that, Pokemon.
I'm lucky I never got into World of Warcraft. I had a few friends that did, and I'm no, that sounds like something I'm going to sink way too much time into.
Oh, yeah. I had a notebook beside me with color-coded to-do lists. It needed to end. After 8 months, I nearly failed my piano exam, and I was nah, I got to quit. And I miss it, but it is what it is. Now I have a career in music, so it was worth quitting.
Yeah, definitely. I keep saying, all right, this is going to be my last video game, then I'm going to practice guitar more, and then there's another video game comes out. I'm okay, I'll play this one, but then that's it.
Yeah, you know what? It's just about putting aside 30 minutes a day for the guitar and doing it, and then you can do whatever else you want. And if you do that every day for a year, progress, I promise. Good time management, but I understand. I sometimes get, addicted to my makeup tutorial / review YouTube videos, and it's 3 hours later, and I'm oh my God. I need to stop watching these videos. So I understand.
I heard you were doing a YouTube channel. Have you started posting much stuff about makeup tutorials yet?
I haven't even had a chance because life has been so incredibly hectic for me. I've got everything ready to go. I'm so excited to start doing it. I've got hundreds of topics fans have written in. and given me, and I have not had a chance to do it yet. I may even start doing some of it on the road. I actually had someone out here offer to edit my videos for me.
Wow.
And post them, so I'm very blessed in that sense. So it's just a matter of me doing it, but it's like I kind of doing way too much at once, and then I got really sick before the last Cradle tour. I got bronchitis and I was out cold for a bit. So I decided, I'm just going to strip back and do things, and when they organically happen, they'll happen. But I think what I'm going to do before I really delve into like makeup tutorials, I think I'm going to focus more on like the 5 to 10 minute stories that people have been asking for. And I'm also going to do some interviews of some of the people in my life. And I think those are going to do really well. So actually, thanks for reminding me. I really need to pack my camera for this next trip, because there's a few people in Australia I need to interview.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I could come to one of the shows. Unfortunately, I'm in Brisbane and I'm going to do the whole Christmas thing, so I don't think I'll be able to
Yeah,
make it.
no worries. I feel so bad for missing Brisbane. I really do. I have so many homies there, and I'm like, sorry, I won't be there.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Brisbane and its, turnout for some metal shows, I think some of the smallest attendances. I guess people like rap and club music here a bit more.
Yeah, I've heard that too. The metal scene there is very tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right. In time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and my buddies from Dark Cell are from there, and they're just like, our scene is so small. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
okay.
I've seen Dark
Anything can
Cell a
happen.
few times. They're cool.
How are they live?
Really good. I saw them once. I didn't know who they were, and they were doing a Nine Inch Nails cover, so that kind of got me
Nice.
in. And yeah, it's good, like
That
old
sounds
school
like them.
industrial rock.
Yeah, they're really good. I really like them. Good guys, really good guys. We chat every now and then, so that's really cool. So it's a reason to go back, and hopefully see you too. So
Definitely.
yeah,
Remember when you were younger, you said you were in a punk band and you played bass guitar. Do you still play bass guitar anymore?
I kept my bass guitar. My first sponsorship was from Daisy Rock when I was 18, and I kept my
Oh,
guitar. Yeah, I've been doing this for a hot minute, and yeah, and I barely touch it anymore. The last time I played bass was when Brendan was in Neo. He let me play one of his weird 5-string basses. I think it was actually, I think he has a left-handed bass. I could be wrong. I don't really remember. But yeah, no, I haven't played the bass in a while. I mean, and I was going to do it on my solo album, but then someone else offered to do it. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Saves me time. But yeah, I love playing bass. I did it for 8 years, and I got, if I would have known about heavy, like technical death metal, I think I would have stuck at it, but then I would have never learned piano and pursued singing. But I kind of got bored when my teacher started showing me like the slap funk stuff. I was like, well, I don't want to do this. This isn't cool. And then I like gave up, and I'm like, I want to be a singer and a pianist. But yeah, bass guitar is, it's hard to find good bassists out there. It really, really is.
yeah. I ended up playing bass for a couple of years when I was younger. I think my high school band, people didn't like my guitar playing, so I ended up getting shifted onto bass. So
Oh,
I guess I was
jeez.
demoted in a way.
Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah. No, you say you play guitar now. How long you been doing guitar?
Since I was 13. But I think
Oh,
back then
wow.
we couldn't find a bass player, and for some reason I was really good at bass the first time I played, and I'm like, I wish I was really good at guitar, but bass seems really natural. But I
That's
still don't play
good.
my bass very often.
Again, just finding that time, right? Those darn video games getting in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness
Yeah.
gracious. You'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
you've got the tour coming up in like 2 weeks' time. Do you think Cradle of Filth will be back next year, or possibly we might have to wait another year before a tour?
I don't know. It's totally up to Danny, and I haven't heard anything about Australia yet, but you guys will know eventually if anything does come up. It'll be
Yeah.
announced. Yeah, definitely.
Well, we've finally got a major music festival after a few years of nothing. So there's the Download Festival now, so you never know.
I
Maybe you could come
heard
back for a download.
that would be cool. When is it out your way?
Next March, we've got like Ozzy Osbourne and Slayer,
Oh,
and yeah,
no
it's a really good line.
way.
Judas
Yeah, we're
Priest.
gonna be it. Oh, I'm happy for you guys. Like we're gonna be in North America then, but maybe 2020, which will be the
Yeah.
20th anniversary of Midian. So who knows?
Oh, cool. Are you going to do one of those playing in the entirety kind of tours? Not sure
We're
yet.
doing it for Cruelty. We're doing it for Cruelty in the Beast next year. Select dates. There's already been a few festivals that have announced it, and I apologize, I can't keep track because my brain's mashed potatoes right now. But yeah, so We'll see. But anyways, I'm so sorry. I gotta let you go. Everything's
Yeah.
running a little bit late here. I have to go pick up someone from my job, promise them a ride and everything.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your time.
No worries. Well, I hope you enjoy the tour. It's going to be, awesome for all the people going to the show.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And enjoy your holiday. Have a really good Christmas.
Okay, thank you. I'll try.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, we'll talk to you soon. I'm sure we'll talk again in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, sounds good. See ya.